Hello, how's everybody doing? I hope y'all are doing great. So I wanted to make this video to talk about or like to summarize the drama surrounding Zayn right now. There's this girl on TikTok and she's talking about Zayn and how she hooked up with Zayn 9 months ago or something like that. So yeah, let's get into it. Also, I just wanted to add and say I don't believe her for most of the things she said. For starters, the reason I don't believe her is this screenshot she showed of, Zayn's conversation with her in the beginning and also Zayn viewing her stories. See from like when Zayn um apparently DM'd her, this screenshot is fake because you can see the edited part. I don't know if you can see better. The way you can see it better is by like tilt your phone and look at the screenshots from upwards. There's some like inconsistency. Like I don't know how to explain this, but the bottom part is like crispy white and like the upper part is very, dark. So it's like pretty much edited this one. So I'm gonna try and summarize her story. It's very long. She has like 10-minute videos and they're like four of them. So like 40 minutes. You can go over to her TikTok. It's Sam Fisher 98 and like you can see all the screenshots and like the conversations they had. So it started with them obviously meeting you know on Instagram. It's not really on Instagram because she said he got his her Instagram from Tinder, her Tinder profile, and he DM'd her on Instagram, and they started talking and stuff like that. It was more of like a hookup situation. She thought it was like gonna be like a one-time thing and stuff like that. But then it became like uh a friends with benefits type thing because he would hit her up again after some few weeks and like they'd meet up and stuff like that. So the problem comes in and she's talking about how she mentions that she was into girls and like he wanted after that he wanted them to have a threesome and he got obsessive about them having a threesome and like now they're talking about it and like he's like look for somebody so that we can do it. So he says that he wanted somebody who's like a milf. He wanted a milf, somebody who's like an older woman, for somebody who doesn't know what a milf is. So she was like, I don't have anyone who would be interested, who fits that specific description or like what he wanted. So she like they go back and forth, arguing about this. And like she was like, let me see if I can find somebody on like social media. She ended up finding somebody that fit his description of what he wanted. um so she's like, I don't think anybody is going to like agree to this arrangement since they don't know all the information and like because Zayn apparently had you know refused for her to name drop him, to say like it was the threesome would be with Zayn. So she was like, it's hard to find somebody, and like Zayn was, kind of getting mad at her and being like, you know, it's a turn off that she doesn't believe in herself that she could pull another woman without name dropping him. So they like have this argument, is like you can see in like the screenshots. It's like a back and forth of them, being like Zayn being like, okay, if you don't want to do it, then don't do it, because she's being like, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, you know, to find somebody and then like you don't give them all the information. It's gonna be hard. And then Zayn's like, you know what? I'm no longer interested in this. And like it goes like that, and like this is like between I think it's like April or something like that. It went on for 9 months. So around like November, he hits her up and like he's like, did you find somebody? And she's like, trying to find a girly to like, you know, go for the threesome, and like she finds one, and like they do it in like the threesome happens in December now. Um, she goes over to his house, and like it happens, and she gets drunk. Apparently, she gets drunk, and like the threesome happens, and like Zayn is like, "Do you wanna leave?" And then she leaves, and then they are having this conversation over like how he's being manipulative and like he's gaslighting her, and like he thinks he's the shit, hot shit. You can see him. He says in the text that it's like he's he believes he's hot shit. The hot shit. He's the shit. You know what I mean? And this girlie here, like she's like snapping at him and telling him how he thinks he's spoiled and stuff like that. So the reason why most people believe in this is because he shows pictures pictures of Zayn that he DM'd her when she's like she didn't believe it was Zayn. So you can see these pictures. These pictures are unseen. We've never seen these pictures before. So they like I don't know if they're edited or anything, but yeah. So reason why people are big mad about this is because he's like obviously fetishizing by women, and like I feel like that's like the only reason, and also because like in the text he's very it's shitty, I would say. Like you don't talk to a woman like that if these texts are real. That's very a lot. That's a lot. So I would say people are mad because of the fetishization and like the way he spoke. But putting that aside, I don't think it's right to like the girlie for exposing him. Obviously, he's entitled to a private life. Her to expose him like that, it is not okay. Um, at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with hooking up. If like that was, you know, it, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I still don't believe in this story anyway. So there's that. Um, I also find it weird that Zayn got into such a situationship without having NDAs. He's like very popular, so you can tell me that he didn't have NDAs. And like I don't know, I don't know what you think of this story. So let me know down below whether you guys believe it or like you guys don't. Let me hear your reasoning behind that. It's time for me to sign off. So I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Bye.